A portion of that water is, however, going to be taken up by the root system of the crops or plants that are growing in that particular soil, and a portion will move to the soil surface due to normal convective rise and be evaporated from the soil surface. And you see some relative percentages here. Well, if it simply evaporates from the soil surface, we just call that evaporation water. If, however, it is taken up by the plant through the root system, moved up through that plant, and then transpired or moved back out here into the soil atmosphere, both of these together, the evaporated water from the soil surface and the transpired water, that which has passed through the plant and then back into the atmosphere, are going to be lost in evaporative form or in vapor form back into the soil, to the air or atmosphere again. Well, there are several parts of this cycle that we are most concerned with from an agricultural standpoint, or those of us that utilize the soils for production of some sort of crop. One would be over here on the infiltration. We want our soils to have a high infiltration rate. We want those to be able to take the water in as rapidly as what it's received, because we do not want this runoff. Runoff not only loses water that could be used for plant growth later on, but oftentimes with that runoff we are losing soil due to erosion. We want soils with a high storage capacity. Within that soil profile, at least through the effective rooting depth of the crop, we want soils that are going to be able to retain the most moisture in a plant usable or a plant available form. We would like to be able to reduce the evaporation rate from the soil surface, because that's water that does not pass through the plant, essentially does us no good and passes back into the atmosphere without being utilized by plants which grow in that soil. And if we look at transpiration or movement through the plant, that's an important process, because not only does it serve as a mechanism of cooling this plant, it's also serving as a mechanism, as you'll recall, of drawing nutrients to and into and movement throughout the volume of this plant material. Now, some of this water that has reached down below